Good afternoon,
Afternoon.
Ronald. Now you've had a bit more time to reflect upon the derby. How do you look back on the game?
What I said after the game, still the same.
You might have seen some of the pundits, particularly around the match. Some of the supporters were a little bit critical of some areas of the performance. You yourself thought it was a good performance, though. I mean, can you understand the criticism?
Understand. I don't understand some comments. I understand some comments, and I think it's not important to go really individual about comments after the game. I know what we are doing. I know the problems what we had in front of the game after in the international duty. I knew the team to start, really young team, and that's different. The team is different than I had all the players available. I know that, and to compete against a strong team, it's always difficult. But it's what I try to be is realistic. To be realistic about the situation of the team, about the progress of the team, about the project of Everton. And it's only one game, and to take some conclusions out of only last Saturday, in my opinion, is not good. And what I don't like is too much individually about the performances of the player, because it's a team. Every individual is part of the team, and the team was not good enough. But I was proud. I was really proud, and that's not to defend my team, no. But because I'm a manager who sees football really realistically, and but some have some problems to see that. But it's easy to give your opinion in front of the television without any responsibility. And I'm happy. I see a lot of progress in the club, in the team, and it's a whole season. It's not one game.
So, by that token, do you think then the criticism and perhaps the singling out of Ross Barkley was unfair?
I think I said not too much individually, but maybe some players didn't perform at the level what maybe they showed in the last few games. Maybe, yes, Romelu, it was difficult. I spoke to Romelu. He was not really sharp. He was a little bit tired. That's all also can be influence in the performance of the player. Ross played in a little different position than he played in the last few weeks. Of course, he lost several balls on the midfield instead of playing a little bit faster and no dribbling with the ball. But he needs to improve in that. And okay, but not to take out one or two, and that was the problem on last Saturday. No, that's not fair.
And looking ahead then to Manchester United, it's another trip to a side who regard themselves as one of the top teams in the Premier League. How important and how do you get the best out of Ross Barkley and Romelu Lukaku in those big games?
But if you speak out Lukaku, he's the top scorer of the league. Why now about the Liverpool game we need to criticize Rom? He's a great striker. He's working hard. It's a human boy. It's not always a 10. That's football. And if you don't play football, maybe you don't understand it.
Tactically, you went with the back three at the weekend. You said after the game you were pleased with that. Is that something we could see again at Old Trafford?
Not depending options, depending the game plan. Can be different, can be the same.
And off the pitch, you've felt the need to assert yourself, I think it's fair to say, in the way you've spoken to and sent messages out to other managers. Why do you
Messages
feel the need to do that?
about other managers?
Yeah, to the likes of Martin O'Neill.
Oh yes.
Suggestion
Okay.
also
Yeah.
that Jurgen Klopp and his team were
It's a
perhaps.
manager. It's not other managers.
But on those fronts, why have you felt the need to assert yourself?
To
in such a
defend
fashion?
to defend the club, to defend the medical team of the club, and I'm the right man to do that, and it's my responsibility, not yours.
Is there an update on James McCarthy?
No,
And in terms of the rest of the squad,
we will have the same players available as last weekend.
thank you.
Hello, Ronald. How much will your young players learn from that defeat, do you think? You pointed out yourself, there were 4 in there, 22 or younger.
2 on the bench. We had 6 players under the 22 and lower.
How much will they learn from
Maybe
from
it's something to
that? Well, 4 in the starting
to see
lineup.
that instead of expect a Champions League team.
Okay, how much will they learn from that defeat?
A lot. That's the best, to get the best experience. To improve is to play and to get game time. And I'm a manager who if young people, young players are developing and we have some problems like we had with injuries, then it's a good opportunity for young players, and that's the future of the club. And of course we like to sign and we like to make the team stronger. But we have a good, and everybody's always talking about the academy of Everton. And I'm the right manager for that place to give them opportunities, because I'm Dutch. I'm not afraid to give chances to young players.
And are we considering Ross Barkley then still a young player? Because one of the debates...
No, you
he's
can't
not.
compare Ross to the rest
Okay,
of the
so-
young ones.
So Ross Barkley, is he at the stage now where he should be fulfilling that potential, or still very much developing?
No, he needs to show the type of player he is. Ross, in my opinion, is not that player to one side, yes, to protect, but not like younger players, because he is now a full international player. He was by the national team, and that's what I look to out of his performances. And that was last Saturday, not at the level what he can perform, and in the last 2-3 months, he was that type of player what we like to see.
Do you think that your players coming under this scrutiny is a sign that this club with you here is progressing, has progressed already, because there is much more of a magnifying glass on the likes of Lukaku and Barkley?
Okay, I think that's normal. It's good. I think I don't have any problem to be part of pressure in football, but because I'm already 35 years under the pressure, no problem.
So next, a trip to Old Trafford. How beatable are Manchester United at the moment?
Okay. We know that they have difficulties at home, maybe in the last few home results, but they had a lot of ball possession. They were the better team in every game. They had chances to score. They are still a really strong team, and we know some players will come back for them. It's a great stadium to play football, and we like to play in our way, and that means that we like to dominate the game, but we know we need to defend the strengths of United, but we get space to play.
With the signings that they made over the summer and the manager that they brought in, did you expect them to be, at this stage, challenging for the title?
I don't know, it's difficult. I'm not part of Man United to talk about Man United.
But did you expect them to be higher up the table than they are now?
No, it's really tough, big teams above United at the moment, and I think still United won the League Cup. is still in the Europa League Cup, and they're fighting for Champions League football. And to make further conclusions about them, we have to wait till the end of the season, and then we know, everybody knows, if they reach really what they expect from United.
But at this stage, a huge achievement, really. The fact that if you went there and were to win, you'd go above Manchester United at this stage of the season. That's an achievement.
So good is the season of Everton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's good. That's good. That's positive
Yeah.
about Everton, but it's not, in my words, negative about United.
And just finally, from me, anything further on Seamus Coleman? Lots of well wishes this week. Any news? Any positive news?
No. He's at home, and of course, day by day, his mood will be better. But that is normal. And next week I go to see Seamus.
Thanks, Ronald.
Ronald, we saw Aaron Lennon was left out of the squad on Saturday. Was that just a selection thing, or is he
Yeah,
got injury
it's
situation?
the same. What I mentioned, the same players. That means that not Schneiderlin. He's doing really well, and I think he can be part and be available for the weekend, but not for tomorrow. And the same for Lennon. Is not in physical way to be part of the team tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ronald.
Okay.